Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited, bro. EA have absolutely smashed it. Today, lads, we are going to go over all of the FIFA World Cup Swaps Week 1. All of these swaps that you can try and collect, but also the FIFA World Cup Player milestones, how you can actually get the players, and there is a lot of them, and it may seem very, very overwhelming. So this is going to be a little bit different to our usual objectives guide, and I'm just going to try and break it down and simply explain it to you guys on how it works and how you can get them, alright? And it is a like 3-4 step process, so make sure you listen up, but it is very simple. It took me like 2 minutes and then I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense now, alright? It's not hard, it's more just trying to get your mind around it, if you will. Any questions, lads, let me know down below. But as I said, we're going to be focusing on all of the FIFA World Cup Player milestones, so Group G and H, etc. And then we are going to focus on the end product, if you will, in FIFA World Cup Swaps Week 1. So as you can see, every single one gives you a token. You've got win 6 matches in a live FUT Friendly FIFA World Cup Swaps with at least 6 Qatari, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, World Cup Player items in your starting squad. Okay, so you need 6 players from Qatar that have that red FIFA World Cup card, right? You've then got win 6 matches in a live FUT Friendly FIFA World Cup Swaps with at least 6 Ecuadorian players in your starting squad. Once again, players that have a red World Cup from Ecuador. You've got Senegal, you've got Dutch, you've got English, you've got Iran, you've got USA, you've got Welsh, you've got all of these, and I assume they'll go through more objectives next week. So you're probably wondering, how the hell am I supposed to get all of these players from these specific nations? Because, I mean, let's be real, you'd probably be having to spend thousands of dollars if you're wanting to pack them, and especially to get hold of like Qatar World Cup players would be quite tough, considering they've only got like, what, 2 gold players on the whole game. Now, this is where the player milestones come in very handy, and this is, like, you literally need to do all of these player milestones here to be able to get those cards. Let's take, for example, this one here. To get a hold of your World Cup Qatar players, you have to score a goal in any FUT game mode using a player from Qatar. Alright? Easy, quite easy, sounds very easy. You get a Qatar Essentials pack. And I was wondering, it doesn't really explain what an Essentials pack is. But if I head on over to the Twitter, now this is like a 100 IQ move from Davis Plays in my opinion, but FUT_scoreboard on Twitter basically puts out all of the new packs and what EA release. Do not ignore the old removed. Basically this means that EA temporarily added them into the code and then removed them, so they changed their mind. But basically he hasn't obviously posted all of the screenshots, but it looks like we've got Wales as an example, and this contains 6 FIFA World Cup players rated 84 or lower from Wales. So right there is how you can get a hold of those World Cup cards, so it would be the exact same for the Qatar. Now, it does not fully clarify it, but I would just have to use my logical thinking brain and assume that if you were to complete, say, let's go ahead, try find this Qatar, if you were to score a goal in any FUT game mode using a player from Qatar, you'll get this Qatar Essentials pack, which is what I assume is going to contain 6 Qatarian, it's not Qatarian, shit, I butchered that, it's Qatari, right? Back to the normal 20 IQ, it seems. Let's just say Argentina, score a goal in any FUT game mode using a player from Argentina. You've got score a goal using a player from Saudi Arabia, Mexico, all of that good stuff, and you will get an Essentials pack. You open that Essentials pack, which will contain the World Cup version of the players. With the World Cup version of the players, you'll then go ahead and you will use those players in your starting lineup to complete the FIFA World Cup Swaps Week 1 objectives. This will obviously refresh next week with more Swaps tokens that you can go ahead to get. Now, a little bit of a tip for all of these ones, because you have to score a goal. To get these Essentials packs, you have to score goals with the players. A tip for this one is have a different player from every single nation. So have like let's say a Brazilian left striker, a Serbian right striker, have a Korean left mid, have a Qatari centre mid, have whatever, right? Even have it as a goalkeeper. Go into a squad battles game on beginner difficulty and score with every single player. Not only that, but make sure you have different player from the different nationalities on your bench as well, so you can then sub them on. You have to see out the game, I believe. You can't score a goal and quit, that will not count. but by the time, if it's on, say, beginner difficulty in squad battles, by the time you've gone ahead and built that squad, used all those players, try and score a goal with every single player from every single different nation in your team. Like, fuck it, if you have ignore my language, if you have like a really weird goalkeeper, say a 60 rated Qatari goalkeeper, right? You can go ahead on beginner and you could just go for a run with him and try and score. It is most definitely doable because beginner is very, very easy to play against. And then what you can do is you can have up to 5 subs just as a bonus 5 players. So you can sub on 5 players from different nations that you've not yet scored a goal with in that squad battles game. And then that means what? If you have 11 different nations in your starting 11, you bring on 5 subs, that's going to be 16 goals that you want to try and get with a different player from, you know, obviously every single nation being different. Which means you can literally get, what's that, 16 of these done in like 2 birds, 16 birds with one stone, I guess is what was the right saying, right? Which means only 2 games on beginner, assuming you can score with everyone. You might need a 3rd game, just for, you know, just in case you don't score with your goalkeeper, but it can be in any FUT game mode. If you can't do it on beginner squad battles, then you should be able to. There's no like buts, to be fair. You really should be able to. Beginner squad battles is so easy. If you can't score with your goalkeeper, I understand that, but going on a solo run with your centre backs, right back, etc., and if you can try get 16 different goals every match, then obviously it'll just take you 2 full games in beginner squad battles to complete all of these and get all of your essential packs. You can open all of them up, which will give you all of your World Cup players. So after you play the games, obviously you get your red players. I say your red players, your World Cup players. You can then go ahead and complete FIFA World Cup Swaps. You've got Qatar, you've got Ecuador, you've got Senegal, etc. This is in the live FUT Friendly FIFA World Cup. So with the FIFA World Cup live FUT Friendly, you want to go ahead, you want to go to play, you want to go on over to friendlies, and you want to go on over to play online. You want to head on over to the FIFA World Cup Swaps game mode, which as you can see is right here. You can see the requirements, at most 4 nations. I'm not too sure if that means for bench as well, but the rules, if I get rid of my webcam, is first 2. So whoever scores the first goal or after the first goal is scored, the match ends, which is absolutely perfect. So these are the squad builders that you're going to want to be making with your World Cup players from those specific nations. Going back to what I said on you want to build a team with as many different players from different nations as possible, here is just simply what I meant. Once again, it doesn't matter if I'm out of position, because I'll be real lads, it's on beginner. For example, my Neymar can go right striker, he's from Brazil, that's Brazil covered. Argentina, I'll just go for an Argentinian. Higuain, that's Argentina covered. You want every single nation to be different. You obviously have the lower nations to kind of worry about as well, so let's get Qatar in here. As for Qatar, I don't think lots of you guys will have much Qatari players in your club, so just search for them. As you can see, I've got all of the World Cup ones here anyway, and lots of them are gold, to be fair. So what I said earlier about them being silver is obviously not true. There is a lot of them to pack, so you can go ahead, get a Qatari in at left mid. Another nation, Senegal, you just want to switch it up. You want to make sure you've got 16 different nations. You might want to keep a little checklist as well when you go, so you make sure you're not using the same nations twice. Obviously you've got the subs as well, kind of just as an example on what I'd personally do, and then obviously go into beginner squad battles and you're good to go. As well, a bit of a heads up if you're still trying to get some more World Cup players from those specific nations. If you go ahead and go to the moments, if you've got some moment stars that you want to spend, then there are plenty of them under the section. This is just like a bonus one. Go to seasonal, and as you can see, you can buy lots of them, and they contain 10 players from this one. This one has players from Group G and H: Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon. This one contains a World Cup player 85 plus, which you don't really need. You've got Group E and F. So once again, this is a little bit of a shortcut. You do have to use your moment stars, but I thought I'd just show you guys anyway. So for the objectives overview, lads, and once again, after you get your head around it, it is very easy. You're going to want to go ahead, make some starting 11s with a different player in every single position, go into a squad battles match on beginner, score a goal with every single player, make sure to make use of your 5 super subs from different nations as well. That way it will only take you 2 full games, and if you do it correctly, you'll literally have all of these done, which will give you in return some essential packs from that specific nation, which will give you those World Cup players, which you can then go ahead to use in the FIFA World Cup Swaps online game mode. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully this video helped. Any further questions, let me know down below. I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace out.